The head of Sun Prairie Schools agrees with parents. More needs to be done after a near drowning.
He is proposing a set of administrative guidelines that stress student safety and faculty training. News 3 investigative reporter Adam Schrager has been following the story for us. And Adam, the district hopes to have this plan in effect by the start of the next school year.
We can do better. That was the title of the note that District Administrator Tim Culver sent out yesterday to parents before News 3 first aired the video from the March 20th near drowning at the high school pool. Trayvon Allen's parents think that's an understatement. Now, we've blurred some of the video from that morning so as not to identify 7th graders other than Trayvon.
I just would like to know that, things are going to be different behind this situation.
Andrea Allen's son Trayvon nearly drowned at the Sun Prairie High School pool earlier this spring after a swim class his parents didn't know anything about ahead of time.
Never called us and asked us. We never signed a waiver that he can swim in deep water.
Trayvon's gym teachers emailed a note to parents announcing the swim class, but the district now acknowledges it does not have every parent's email.
I probably shouldn't be doing that around a lot of deep water. Horse playing around.
Trayvon and others can be seen throughout the video pushing each other in the water. No adult stops that activity.
I don't know anywhere you can go and it's going to be allowed for kids to horseplay in deep water.
Trayvon mistakenly took off his life vest, but his swimming ability was never checked by the teachers.
It didn't happen in a formal way, and so part of the issue, it needs to happen in a formal way besides sort of letting kids self-sort who can swim and not.
District Administrator Tim Culver says none of the 130 kids there that day received any swimming instruction, which is something that also has to change in the future.
What we're trying to do is have open swim be a part of a swim lesson, but not the key part of swim lesson. So it's not a pool party, it's designed to be instructional.
Culver says safety was a concern that day, but it can always get better.
There's practices in place, but we didn't codify it, we didn't write it down, and we didn't go through it with a fine-tooth comb and show it to the experts and say, is this the best thing to do?
Culver's staff gave Trayvon's parents a list of 12 administrative guidelines that the district now expects to be adopted before the next class enters the pool in the fall.
We've come up with a plan that we believe covers every contingency that could happen, and we want to make sure every I is dotted and every T is crossed.
They need to admit they was wrong. Because
Yeah, most definitely.
But no administrative guidelines can make Trayvon Allen's parents feel better about the fact that no adult spotted their son at the bottom of the pool until fellow students alerted them to the problem.
Yeah, there was negligence on the kids' part, but they're kids. They are kids. That's why you were there. If they were able to be there alone, we wouldn't need teachers or supervision.
Culver says the district is considering discipline against the teachers at the pool that day, but nothing's been finalized yet.
This is about as horrific a thing that could happen to a teacher as possible, and all of us have lived with that horrific thing to deal with. But so I'm sure there's a whole lot of people kicking themselves.
The head of the Sun Prairie Teachers Union did not comment on the potential discipline of the educators involved, but did email a statement that reads in part, "We can all agree that thanks to the efforts of all involved, a tragedy was avoided." Now, some of those at the pool that day are among the group of PE teachers and school principals now commenting on the guidelines that the district is putting forward. And Eric and Susan, when Trayvon gets out of school in a couple of weeks, he plans to take swimming lessons.
That's a good idea. It is
Yes.
amazing to see him doing so well. And since this was not a tragedy, thank goodness, maybe it'll be a teachable moment from this point forward.
I think everybody involved is hoping that there's
Yeah.
a teachable moment component to this. At least I think that's why the district's bringing forward these guidelines, and it'll be interesting to see when they get implemented. If they get implemented, the district is committed to implementing them, but we'll see what happens.
Interesting, that was just an open swim. There were no lessons going on that day.
Didn't appear to
All the way
anything
over
was-
from the middle school, no lessons.
Didn't
All right.
appear so.
All right, Adam, thank you very much.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you.